The NFL Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, presented by WynnBET. WynnBET is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBET has what you need to win. Sign up today. Bet $100, get $100 at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions apply. We're also brought to you by the SGPN Big Game Bingo Contest. $57 SGPN gift card for every single bingo hit. We're also brought to you by SGPN's 57 Bets Challenge. $570 cash and a $570 gift certificate to the winner of the props contest. Get all the info on the SGPN app. And if you're going to be out in Arizona for the big game, make sure to check out our live show at the Ainsworth, 11 a.m. Thursday, 11 a.m. local time Thursday. Register today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/big game. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NFL Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Know me, know the voice, know the guy. It's me, really real villain, Terrell Furman Jr. at your service. And we are talking Super Bowl DFS and exotic prop bets with my guy, Scott Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Yeah, nothing much. Looking forward to going through the Super Bowl. But, the mainstream stuff, the game, who cares? We're more interested in the halftime show and the Gatorade color.
I want to know who's going to have the first commercial. Is it going to be Doritos or Pringles? I'm thinking it's going to be Doritos, but Pringles, I mean, everybody's saying Doritos. Everybody's saying Doritos.
I'm trying to think of the last Pringles commercial I've seen. Pringles does commercials?
Doritos
used to have the funny ones, and they kind of went off. They haven't been that good in years. But
the funny thing about that is I don't watch commercials anymore because I stream everything. And so the commercials you get on stream are normally tied to whatever you're watching. Yep. So I don't see regular commercials. And then I have nothing to go off of last year because I was deployed last year, so we was watching it on the Armed Forces Network. So instead of seeing the funny commercials that everybody else got to see, we saw Air Force, Army, Marine, some cheesy, bad military commercials every single break. So it was terrible.
You can always find them on YouTube in the compilations after anyway.
Yeah. All right. This is the last one, Scott. This is our last one of the season.
Well, it's the last one for the season. We did an off-season episode last week, so of course for breaking news and stuff, I'm sure we'll have some podcasts here and there.
Yeah, but this is like the last lineup. We've been doing lineups all season. We've had some good ones and we've had some terrible ones, but I think what was the highlight this season? The highlight had to be when I was doing the pregame show with Ryan and Sean, and I gave out a lineup that was like top 700, and you won like $200, $300 off that lineup or something like that. Probably got some less. Somebody probably tailed me and took some of my money, but yeah.
I think the best part was probably just the several first touchdown scores that we hit.
Oh yeah, throughout the whole season, absolutely. We were I think that if you counted the units, we're up on first touchdown scores alone. We've hit some pretty big ones.
Yeah, we're definitely up. I don't know if we're in Sean and Ryan category because they hit every damn game, but I think
they have a crystal ball or something. But it's been a great season nonetheless, and I mean, I'm here for getting straight to it and getting to this lineup because it's $1 million prize. There is $1 million up for grabs in one game, and I have it. I think I have it. I might end up changing it, but I think I have it. All right. If anybody who's not tuned in to us on the Thursday, Saturday show, you don't recognize our voice or see us on the live stream on YouTube. If you're listening later, you can go back and check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/NFL Gambling Podcast. Showdown lineup, one game. You get your captain slot. You get a multiple flex spots depending on what book you're using or where you're placing your lineup or how many flex spots you get. And that's it. You have your salary. You make it off one game. It's not trying to do what normal people do, which is a whole week's a game. No, we're talking about one game, the Super Bowl, right here. Scott Reichel, for the biggest game of the year, who are you putting in your captain slot?
So I was trying to pick somebody who I think's in line for a good game, but also that should be, I don't want to say relatively low owned, but somebody who might not be the first or second choice. I ended up going Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
mostly for the rushing upside. The fact that he's had so many rushing touchdowns this year, even with the limited arm usage in the playoffs because of the blowouts and potentially the injured shoulder, he's still been quite mobile. And he did have a rushing touchdown against the Niners. He almost scored a second one when Hufanga shoved him out of bounds to like the 2-yard line. But still, I'll go with Hurts. I think the Kansas City secondary is really not that good. And I do think that with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, there are definitely holes to be exploited in this Kansas City defense. And with the rushing touchdown upside, on the 1-yard line, they're running the QB sneak, deal with it. I think Hurts has a good spot for a rushing touchdown, along with a decent amount of passing yards. Give me Jalen Hurts as my captain.
All right, for my captain slide, I'm going pretty standard here as well, but give me Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, I've been a person that's been saying all week, I already have an MVP future bet on him, and just saying that this is like
what was the price you got, by the way, for that MVP?
I got him at 15-1.
Okay.
So I got it as soon as it dropped, and it was like 15-1. I think he's down to like 10-1 now. But 15-1 is my MVP price. And it was just more of, I didn't want to play the quarterbacks. I wanted to do something contrarian and get some value. And I look at the next person up. It has to be Travis Kelce. And you're just thinking about this Eagles defense where everybody's talking about the secondary is so good, but they leave the middle of the field wide open. It's been wide open all year. It's more open than a 7-Eleven at 3 a.m. Like, it's completely open in the middle of the field. And I think that the tight ends are going to have a pretty solid day here. And of course, it's Travis Kelce. He's the safety net. He's Mahomes' guy. When you're talking about the biggest game of the year, if your guy is open, you're always going to give it to your guy. I could sit here and see Travis Kelce having one of the best games by a tight end in the Super Bowl ever. And you think about all the great tight ends, like, I think this is an opportunity where he could have one of the best tight end games in the Super Bowl ever, talking about the number of catches, the yards, touchdowns, all of that. So Travis Kelce, captain slot, felt like a really, really good play for me. What is your first flex position?
So my first flex position, I actually do not have Kelce in my lineup. That's where I'm going to pivot a little bit. But I do have Mahomes. Of course, I can't avoid taking Mahomes. He's going to throw the ball probably 40-something times. Give him Mahomes. I don't think I really need to explain why you need the best quarterback in the league in your lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I would just go ahead. Same thing. Best quarterback in the league.
Well,
I have Jalen Hurts as well.
So you have to have.
Yeah. Mahomes stack, but I have Jalen Hurts as well.
Yeah.
And it really is only the rushing for me. I think that there's a game script that nobody's talking about where the Eagles do nothing throughout the air. Like, everybody's just assuming that, yeah, you look at A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, all of this, like, and this Kansas City defense, like, this is still a Steve Spagnuolo Super Bowl defense. I think people have to remember that. Regardless of the talent that's on the field, he gets the best out of his players in the biggest game. And I think this is an opportunity where, yes, they don't have the big names. Yes, they don't have what you see as the stars, but they have a whole bunch of scrappy guys that are playing in the biggest game of their life, and they're going to go out there and put everything on the court. I'm not on the court, but on the field. I'm in NBA mode still. And I think that this is an opportunity for them. So I think that this secondary for the Chiefs is going to be a lot more feistier than people expect. I think everybody's just going on and penciling in A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith for all these yardage. And I'm not certain. This Chiefs secondary is pretty decent. I like the front seven. I think that everything Jalen Hurts is going to get is going to come from him on the ground with his legs. I can see him with a 2-touchdown game on the ground. So, yeah, I'm all over Jalen Hurts here.
You mentioned Spagnuolo, so I'll say it. I got the Chiefs defense in there as well.
Same.
They've been good. I mean, at the end of the day, you have two defenses that are the top two defenses in sacks per game. So if you're going to be looking for fantasy purposes and maybe you like the over 5.5 sack prop combined between these teams, then I do think you're going to see the quarterbacks get pressured. We know the Phillies pass rush is historically great. They're borderline like 85 Bears territory in terms of sacks recorded. So I have the Eagles defense as well. I got both defenses. But the point is, Kansas City, you look at their recent performances, they've been good as well. Their last couple of games, 10, 7, 14, 8, and 8. Now, you can make an argument that you can find better options there, but I do think a lot of people will try to stay away from the defenses because they're expecting a higher scoring game.
No, I think this is a low-scoring game.
I think everyone's going to have Philly's defense because of the sacks, but I do think Kansas City's defense has a good opportunity. Philly's had some issues protecting Hurts at times, and I think that could be a problem in various portions of this game. But I got both defenses. I think it's a good spot to kind of go for a unique lineup where you have both quarterbacks and both defenses, and you hope for a defensive score, bunch of sacks, stuff like that. But I do think both defenses have value.
Yeah, I didn't play the Eagles defense. That
Okay.
was
Too popular.
Too popular, and I think it's still Patrick Mahomes. Like it's still Patrick Mahomes. I had a game script with this lineup in particular that I wanted to give out because I wanted to give out something different. And my game script was that this is not an entertaining game at all. This is a game where what probably should happen happens,
Well,
but nobody
I'll
wants
ask
to
you this
say it
first. When you
happens.
say game script, who are you actually picking in the game?
So I picked the Chiefs, but I'm saying the game script is that the Chiefs come in here and absolutely dominate this game from start to finish. Not saying that they go out here and completely embarrass Philly, but it's never in doubt that the Chiefs are going to win this game. I think everybody's thinking, oh, this is going to be a back and forth game, or oh, Philly's going to go out here and win. Or the Chiefs barely got past the Bengals, all this, da da da. Like that's where all the early movement was on Philly in the beginning. Right after the game, everybody was slamming Philly because how Philly dominate their win, how the Chiefs barely squeaked through their win. Like at the end of the day, I'm taking a team that has been here, has proven that they can handle it here, that has the coaching staff that's proven that they can get people that haven't been here before to play on that moment like they've been here before, versus the Eagles, who are a great story this year. But I mean, are we 100% certain that this is like they're all just going to put it together in the biggest game of the year? I don't know. So I sat here and said, how do I want to win $1 million? I have to do something nobody else is thinking. And so I'm thinking, wow, what if this isn't that entertaining of a game and it's lopsided one direction and my side is the Chiefs? So let's just play that.
Yeah, but I gave out an extra piece, so I don't know if you want to go again.
Yeah, I'm about to go. What I say? I said Chiefs. I said Hurts. I said Mahomes. I have Jerick McKinnon.
Okay.
So if you look at the Eagles, they're 24th in the league in terms of receiving yards to the running back. And Jerick McKinnon, there was a point in time where Jerick McKinnon was outstapping everybody in this offense. Now, Pacheco made that very, very hard recently, but I'm still not taking away that in the red zone, McKinnon has been Mahomes' guy all season. Like he has targeted him. There was a stretch where he had a receiving touchdown every game in like 6 games straight, 7 games straight, something like that. So I can't. Let's say that this secondary for the Eagles holds firm. The tight end, the running back, that's where it goes all day. McKinnon has shown he's been able to make plays in space. He's been a red zone target for them. I think that there's plenty of ways that Jerick McKinnon could come out with a 4-catch, 50 yards, touchdown, maybe 2, something like that. Like I could see a nice day for McKinnon here.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's an option for McKinnon to get his name kind of back into the swing of things, because he was great for a couple of months and recently he hasn't done anything. Pacheco being great helps, or definitely hurt him, but helps the team. But yeah, I think McKinnon's got some spots here where he's been a pretty common target for Mahomes in the red zone. And if you get him at a potentially, what was his salary on that?
On the one I am is 6,800.
That's not bad for a guy who has had.
He was the cheaper. He was the cheaper of Pacheco and McKinnon, and I was like, I get it because of how dynamic and explosive Pacheco looks, but in terms of red zone, like if they're not getting through that front 7 of Philly on the line, it's probably going to McKinnon. Like that's one of his guys, and so that's really my thoughts with the Hurts, not the Hurts, but with the Mahomes lineup is I'm going to just take the guys that I know he trusts. I know he trusts Travis Kelce. I know he trusts Jerick McKinnon. And I'll just go ahead and give out my last guy who was dirt cheap. And this is literally $1 million player if he hits, Noah Gray. Same thing for the Travis Kelce breakdown. It's just the fact that Noah Gray somehow finds his way in the end zone. Like somehow, some way, there's games he finds his way in the end zone, and it's because they feel so good spreading the ball around, passing the ball around. Now he was, one of the last things I could afford, but I still feel good about Noah Gray. Like I think that if you need $1 million random player to hit, you got to take the chance. And Noah Gray, I feel like, has a good a chance as any just to be on the red zone and it's some kind of flip pass. He's lined up as a fullback, and it's some kind of flip pass ahead, and he gets a touchdown. Like
could be a QB.
I absolutely could see that. Yeah, QB sneak, all this stuff. Like it's so many things that it could be. So I feel pretty decent in saying that if I'm taking a chance on a Chiefs blowout, then there's a possibility that somebody further down the depth chart gets in the end zone, and Noah Gray has a good possibility.
Yeah, I think my sleeper option, if I had to pick one guy who's pretty low budget, it would probably be Sky Moore, who's like 6,000 on the book that I'm using compared to Gray's 5,500. I don't know how big of a difference your book is.
Oh, mine says Gray was 1,700. So this just let that be that.
So Gray's 1,700, and I'm just curious, what is Moore by comparison?
Hold on.
It's probably going to be like 4,000, if I had to guess.
Sky Moore is pretty close, 3,800.
Okay, so I'm assuming you couldn't afford Moore, so you ended up taking Gray.
I feel like I would have took
1,700 is
even if I could have. I feel like I would have took Gray regardless. I'm not a fan of Sky Moore. Well, not that I'm not a fan, but I'm not a fan of where they're using him right now. That I don't know. I just feel like Sky Moore is like the sucker bet that's on the gambling table at the craps, where they're just like, hey, this is here and it might hit, and it's like so many times it doesn't, but there is that one time it does.
I just mentioned it because they throw him a bunch of swing passes like during
they do.
Yeah, so they throw him a couple, so maybe he's got a shot to break.
He's at jet sweeps. I think he had a jet sweep in
the
championship.
Anyway, you mentioned yours. You have no more players, correct?
No, I'm done.
Okay, so my last one. Once again, I got both quarterbacks. I got both quarterbacks, both defenses, and based on what I've done all year, you probably know where I'm going with this one. I got Harrison Butker.
I know.
Give me the kicker.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do it.
I saw somebody that took MVP odds out on him.
I did not take MVP odds on him, but tell you what, if a kicker wins the MVP, I'd be very impressed if they actually voted for a kicker. But anyway, Butker I like because he's.
There, even if he scored every point for the Chiefs and they won,
they wouldn't give it.
They would probably give it to a defensive player. They probably had some good defensive showing, and they said, "All right, Frank Clark, here you go," or Chris Jones, here you go. Like, I'm sorry,
you're not wrong.
It's so funny to me that I saw that.
The point is, Butker was not good in the regular season. He had a pretty down year, but in the playoffs, he's been good.
He was injured all year. He started the season injured. He had to come out of the game, and who was it? It's gonna get on my nerves. Who was it?
It was right.
No,
it was right. He went to Pittsburgh.
No. No, it was a safety. Justin Reed. Justin Reed came in as the emergency kicker.
Wright was the fill-in kicker, and he set the all-time Chiefs record in that Monday night game against the Raiders.
Yeah, no. But I'm talking about Buckner started the season hurt because the first kick of the season he gets hurt, and then Justin Reed comes in and he's kicking for the rest of that game. Yeah.
But the point is, Butker, what I was going to say is that in the playoffs, he's been good. He's had 13 fantasy points in each of the first two playoff games. He's been money. So I guess he was saving his good kicks for the playoffs, but 13 points in back-to-back games. I see this game being close. I have Chiefs 23-20. So I have 2 field goals in there with some extra points. Give me Butker, who's been used pretty frequently in the playoffs so far.
All right, that is it for our $1 million lineups. We will see between the two of us, which one of us will take the cash, because it's going to be one of us for sure. All right. Before we talk about our exotic prop bets, I got to talk to you about WynnBET, the official online sportsbook of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Look, you can live bet the big game. You can do same game will win, build your own bet parlays for the big game. I think I'm gonna put in a same game parlay. I think I'm gonna do the 2 touchdown. I'm feeling like maybe Noah Gray for 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns, Chiefs win. And the under, just in case like everybody thinks that Kelsey is gonna have this great game and it actually gets flipped over to Gray a couple times. So that might be a same game parlay. We're gonna look at those odds up. Noah Gray, 2 touchdowns, Chiefs win. That could be something insane. Great promos, odds, and payouts all happening at WynnBET. Sign up today, receive special offer, bet $100, get $100 at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. Also just changed. Terms and conditions at WynnBET.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBET is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. And the Sports Gambling Podcast is doing a live show in Phoenix. So if you're in the area, make sure you hit the guys up. Go check them out. Hit them up at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/big game. You can register there. It will be at the Ainsworth on Thursday, 11 a.m. local time. So sportsgamblingpodcast.com/big game to register for that live show. All right, Scott, it's a crazy amount of prop bets that you can bet on. We could start with the key ones everybody talks about. Then we can scroll through the list and see if it's anything else that piques our interest. But the number one that I got remarks on is, what color will the winning Coach Gatorade be? Now, these odds have been everywhere. I've already gotten in on orange at plus 350. It was at plus 350 at one point. So look at wherever you're getting these at and just
I see minus 110 at the
yeah,
moment.
it's minus 110 now. That's crazy because blue was minus 110 at one point. I think that somebody just put a crazy big bet on orange and shifted the odds, but it was orange for me. Why I picked orange. Last time Chiefs won, color was orange. And me, I'm superstitious as fuck. Like, I am superstitious as hell. If something works, I'm never going to change it. I do it every single time until it doesn't work anymore. And so why switch it up? The last time you won, it was orange. Now, when you lost Super Bowl, it might have been purple or red. And now you're like, oh, we switched to Gatorade color. That's what it happened. So it's orange. And that was my number one pick. Now it's at minus 110. So I can't really touch that.
And
so
there's no way that you should ever lay money on a Gatorade price. If you still want to take orange, I don't think gambling's for you, to be honest with you. You're going to lay 110 with the color of Gatorade? Like, that's such a monumental waste of money. In fact, Chiefs money line's a better deal than orange.
Next up, I had green. Green at plus 210. Andy Reid going up against the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Green Gatorade. He actually had green Gatorade dumped on him when he beat the Eagles the last time he played them. He had green Gatorade dumped on him. So I was thinking, okay, it could be that little showmanship. Like, they had the green Gatorade that time, green Gatorade this time, playing against the Eagles. Coach getting his win against his longtime team for his second Super Bowl, able to rob them of their second Super Bowl. It just all made sense to me. I felt like those are the two ones to look at.
Yeah, so for me, orange was my initial choice, but then obviously with the line shifting, I can't take it. I saw blue. I know that it has moved a lot, but now it's at 5-1.
Yeah.
I believe 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls have had blue Gatorade.
Really?
I think so. I'm pretty sure that blue has been the color of choice for the winning team 3 of the last 4. I know I hit on blue last year with the Rams, but I'm going to go with blue at 5-1. It's just a very good price for a pretty common flavor of Gatorade or color for Gatorade. I'll lean there. I thought about taking potentially green or yellow because they're merged together, but I wasn't exactly sold on it. From what I can tell from historical trends, the color of the winning team's jersey does not correlate to the Gatorade color as much as you think.
No, it does not at all.
So that's why I'm not going to pick green. I just think that I don't know if there's enough value on it. I don't know how many times it's even been green in Super Bowls or yellow. I don't think it's been that often. So I'm going to go with blue just based on probability. It's one of the most common Gatorade choices for the Gatorade bath, and it's also been pretty common lately. I think blue at 5-1 is a good deal. I understand if you want to try to make some cases for orange because that's what the Chiefs did last time they won. I get all that. But blue is so common that 5-1 I think is a good deal.
All right. Do you have a handicap for the coin toss?
Last year I was all over heads. I felt it and it came through. This year,
I feel like I think 4 of the last 5 been heads.
I know last year I was all over heads, and I'm just like, this is going to happen. I actually bet on it for no reason at all, and it actually ended up being heads. I'm feeling tails this year.
I'm dancing with the one that brought me here. I'm going heads again.
Okay.
I don't have a handicap, though. I know it's some people that have a long, crazy handicap. I don't have a handicap. I just think it's heads.
There's one book out there that's offering even money on both sides. So give me tails. Got a 50-50 shot at it.
All right, let's see here. What else do we have? We're just scrolling down the list and picking
It's a bunch
out.
of
And let's
halftime stuff besides game stuff.
no, let's start before we get to halftime. Let's finish with this beginning of the game. All right, so we got the coin toss. Opening kickoff result in a touchback. Now, there was like this crazy thing. I think it was Pat McAfee that said it one year, where he said that this football is like
It's heavier.
brand spanking new. And
It's
it's
heavier.
it is going directly to the Hall of Fame. And so it was like it's like impossible to boot that thing into the end zone. And and then that year it was no touchback. And I was like, oh man, Pat McAfee might be onto something. And then last year was a touchback, and I was like, God damn it. So
I don't remember how far the ball went though into the end zone last year. I don't remember. But I like the no touchback at plus 140. It's a good price for me. And if some of it's going to come down to who wins the coin toss, but from what we've seen with the Eagles, one of the more aggressive kick returners out there is Boston Scott. He's not afraid to take it out of the end zone. Like
5 yards back, he'll take it out.
That's what I'm saying. So if we're talking about the potential short distance because of the heavier football and the fact that Boston Scott's one of the more aggressive returners, I think plus 140 is a good deal. Plus, it never really happens, but there's always a possibility if he kicks it out of bounds, it's not a touchback.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You have that. You could have some nerves there. Could have some nerves.
But for plus money, sure, I'll take it.
All right.
What about you? I'm assuming you're with me on the plus money.
Yeah, I just lean to the plus money. I still feel like no was a really good option. I just think I had a bad draw last year when I
both teams I believe are middle of the road in touchback percentages, but it's most of the fact that I know one of these teams minimum has an aggressive kick returner.
Yeah. All right. Let me see here. Let's Rihanna props was another thing that people asked me about. So let's skip over to the halftime show. And if I can find where's the first
I have odds in front of me if you want it.
Okay, I'm looking for the first song. I missed that. Where's that at? I missed
the odds are going to fluctuate a lot depending on books. I see Don't Stop the Music's the favorite. One book is minus 160. I've seen like 2 to 1s at other places. You want me to just read off all the odds?
Yeah, just go ahead and read off all the odds.
Okay.
I can't find
so
it.
Don't Stop the Music I see at minus 160, but shop around if you want to take it. I see Diamonds at 3 to 1. I see This Is What You Came For at 6 to 1. I see Umbrella at 10 to 1. Stay at 14 to 1. What's My Name at 20 to 1. And a couple other like if you want to do like We Found Love, it's 25 to 1. I'm skipping some songs here and there, but I don't think any other ones are going to go first.
Well, no. So here's the thing. We have been, well, I'm not going to say we because I don't know what you, but I, and along with the Rihanna stands out here, have been begging for a new album for an incredibly long amount of time. Like this has been, at this point, it's insane how long we have been asking for this album.
Well, to be fair, instead of having a new album, she had a new kid. So that's kind of a trade-off.
No, because she had a lot of time before that she got pregnant with that kid.
I'm like half joking.
We're really mad at this. So I think that while partially, I think that she goes back into the old Rihanna and plays something a little bit older. I feel like she's going back to the anti-album. I do. I think she's going back to the anti-album and starting us off with the last thing we heard from her. So I really feel like I want to go with that. What'd you say that price was for What's My Name?
That was when I was looking at it, 20 to 1.
What's My Name is such it's a good opener, but it's like there's also like it starts with the Drake feature. I mean, she can always just start What's My Name, and then cut to the next song. And I think that Bitch Better Have My Money being 12 to 1, no? Is that what you see for that?
I
feel like Rihanna could come out talking
What's the
shit.
Title of that song?
Bitch Better Have My Money.
That's the title? Because
that is the title of the song.
That's not even listed on the thing.
Do you not know that song?
I might, but I was making sure I had the title.
It literally
right
Bitch Better Have My Money.
Yeah, the title wasn't listed. That's why I assumed it might have been under a different name.
No, that's the actual name of the song.
But it's funny you mentioned What's My Name, because that's my favorite long shot at 20 to 1, especially with Rihanna. It's her first, Super Bowl appearance, I think,
Yeah,
right?
it's her first appearance in a performance in a very, very long
That's what I'm
time.
saying. So it's a spot where you're like, yeah, this game's going on, but you're here to see me. So what's my
Yeah,
name? Like I like it 20-1 as well. That was my long shot pick for the
but
song.
it don't go with anything of the short odds. I don't think anything of the. I don't think she starts with like Umbrella. Definitely not Run This Town. That's not even her song. I see Run the Town. Like it's not even her song. That is a terrible bet.
For me, there's 3 songs. First of all, Don't Stop the Music, I think, should not be the favorite at all.
No, that's
Explain to me how
stupid.
you're supposed to stop the music if that's the first song that you're playing. It doesn't make any sense based on the title. It makes no sense at all. So I don't like that.
I'm telling you, what's going to happen is she's only going to play a clip of the first song. Like, she's not going to really perform the first song. It's just going to be more of an interest. That's where I'm like, bitch, better have my money. She's going to start with that, and it's going to play that one piece of the song, and then it's going to like, doom. And then, like, she's going to be in the middle. There's going to be, like, lights everywhere or something like that. And it's going to be flashing, and everybody's going to be screaming, Rihanna, Rihanna, Rihanna. And it was like, but that's going to count because that was the first thing said. So, bitch, better have my money. What's my name?
What were the odds? You said 12-1 on that one?
I see 12-1 on here. The book that I had, it had all better odds, but it pulled them for some reason. So I think those are your 2 best bets.
Okay, so my question, I'm gonna ask you to cross-reference the odds here. What'd you say What's My Name was on your book?
Oh, I don't even see What's My Name up here.
I see 20-1. I think that's an absolute bargain. I think that's my favorite long shot. The others I'm gonna go with Diamonds at 3-1. I don't know if you see a better line on that.
Not really.
I think Diamonds is a pretty standard opening song. I could see it going for Rihanna at 3-1. And This Is What You Came For. I like it 6-1. It's the same argument as What's My Name. It's a way of saying there's a Super Bowl going on. I'm Rihanna. I'm bigger than the Super Bowl. You're here to see me. This is what you came for.
I'm doing a first touch. I'm doing this like I'm doing first touchdown. So I have 4.
You got a quarter unit on.
So I have a quarter unit on Bitch Better Have My Money 12-1. I have a quarter unit on What's My Name at 20-1. I have another quarter unit on Work at 20-1. And I'll have another quarter unit.
I see Work at 40.
And another quarter unit on Love on the Brain. People are really sleeping on Love on the Brain. And I just feel like that's like something, especially with everything, with A$AP Rocky and all that. I feel like she could very well come out to Love on the Brain, hit the verse of Love on the Brain, and then go into her actual set. So Love on the Brain, 33-1. That is a very sleeper. And on the last album, Anti. So I think that we're going there. So I got some songs on Anti up there. I got some older songs up there. Nice little mix. I think that is a good starting point for what is our first matchup. Seeing Rihanna in a very long time. I'm super excited. I just wish she gave us an album before that.
Yeah, I think Diamonds is going to be kind of my safe way of trying to secure some profit if the long shots don't work out. I really don't think Don't Stop the Music's playing first. So I'll go with Diamonds at 3-1 as somewhat my safe play. This Is What You Came For at 6-1. I think it's just a good opening song to choose. And then you also have What's My Name, which, as you said before, you might just play a little clip of it.
Oh no!
What's my name? She comes down.
That's it. Comes down, and then that's it. And then that's it. But you cash. You win.
Cash, or she comes from like a
enough.
hole.
You just need one line
and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. You just need one line from the song. So, all right. I feel like we're gonna win that. I really feel like we're gonna win that. Let's see here.
I'll stick with Rihanna because there is one prop I want to ask you about.
Okay.
So cleavage, yes, is minus 300. No is plus 200. However, if you're looking for a cheaper option, they have Will Rihanna expose a butt cheek on stage? The yes is minus 160. The no is plus 120. I'm on the yes. She just had a kid. I'm assuming she's been working out to be back in shape. I think she's going to show her ass.
Yeah, but she just had a kid, so she doesn't want to do all that. I feel like this is a different stage of Rihanna because even though she's performing here, she's such more of a businesswoman now. Like she has.
Do you think she's in the conservative stage of her career?
Yeah, I think she's in a really conservative stage. Like Rihanna used to go back and forth with Twitter trolls all the time. Like all the time. You would in the past, you would on Twitter back and forth, blah, 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 going with them. She stopped doing all of that when she got into the business side, when she started dating A$AP, and had a kid, like all of that stuff. She became more conservative. She doesn't go back and forth. I think she's in a conservative point in her life. So I'm going to say no for plus money.
Okay. Just thought it was an interesting one because everyone's going to talk about cleavage that cashes every year for the most part. The butt
I
cheek
got one
one's
for
new.
you. Going back to the game, I got one for you.
Or we're going back to the game. What's the fun in that?
No, wait, no, because look, listen.
I'm joking. Yeah. Okay.
How many times will chains be used? Well, no, that's not it. That's not what I thought that was. Oh, damn it. That's not what I thought it was. The what it actually says is how many times will chains be used for measurement. I thought it meant how many times will they have to replace the chains in the game, because we've seen the last two Eagles games they've had to replace the chains.
I think they mean the actual measurements.
Yeah, no, they did. It wasn't as good as I thought it was. All right, let's keep scrolling and find something else here on the list. I'm not really interested in none of the who's shown first during America the Beautiful in the national anthem. I'm not really interested in those bets.
I'm not either. Oh, speaking of which, national anthem. We got to talk about the over/under.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who it is.
Oh, none of us do. But we got to talk about it. I'm gonna lean under. This line's gotten bet up by like 10, 15 seconds from opening line. I just think it's a little bit large. For me, if it's over 2 minutes and I don't know the person, I'm generally not going to lean to the over. Everyone's going to take the over. I think it's a sucker play. I'm going to lean to the under.
Yeah, I don't know who this. I really don't know who this.
I don't either. People want to talk about the national anthem.
I don't think he could hold a note like Whitney can. So yeah, I'm on the under.
I believe Whitney was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
Still the best,
they just dropped her.
They just
dropped her movie, and a lot of people said it wasn't that good. Well, not that it wasn't that good, but like they expected more. Like
they've been dropping a lot of those movies. I heard the Elton John one wasn't good either, but yeah, I didn't see them.
All right. So we're kind of just going around here. We were at the beginning of the game.
It's the exotic section where we're scrolling through random miscellaneous props.
Let's talk about the end of the game.
Okay.
Who will the Super Bowl MVP mention first in his speech? Teammates is the favorite at minus 145. God or Jesus is at plus 135. City is 10-1. Coach is 18-1. Owner is 35-1. Family members 14-1. Doesn't mention any of the above, 18-1. My instant thought is God or Jesus being plus money feels like
that's always the play of plus money.
Very safe play.
First, because you're going to hear the same cliche. First of all glory to God. Then they'll answer the question. It's a classic phrase that you give in that type of in that type of interview.
And it's not like there's no angle. Like Joe Burrow last year, you could sell me on him mentioning the city of Cincinnati first, but I can't really. I mean, the Chiefs, both of these cities have one recently, and I don't have that. Like, I guess the Chiefs are really in tune with Kansas City at this point. They've been playing with them forever. A lot of people on the Chiefs, or at least the MVP favorites, but Jalen Hurts gets up there. I mean, why would he not say God or Jesus or his teammates first? Like, maybe he sneaks his dad in there, but first, I don't know. I just feel like God or Jesus is the way to go.
Yeah, plus money. I think that's definitely the way to go.
All right. Anything else that's catching your eye while we're just going here?
I'm trying to think of some realistic. They have the over/under length on the word brave in the national anthem. Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
We are really... I got to give a shout-out, though, to the books for their creativity. That's definitely impressive. All right.
Do you have $15,000 to lend me so I can lay it on the no for will Tom Cruise parachute into the stadium and hand-deliver the game ball to the refs?
Unfortunately, I actually do have that, but I can probably, we'll work something out.
Appreciate it.
Not actually, because I'm sure the book.
So
I'm sure
here's the
book limit's going to be to win $10. I mean,
here's the one. Here's the one that people are talking about a little bit. Will a player record an octopus? So an octopus is when a same player who scores a touchdown also scores the ensuing 2-point conversion. 6-1 for yes, minus 1,200 for no. Is that even something that you should waste your time on? Like, that just sounds so particular. Like,
I'll mention one exotic prop that I actually do like. Potentially two props I actually like. They're both pretty decent plus money. First one's going to be, I'm trying to think if I like scoreless quarter at plus 350 or no touchdown first quarter at plus 240. I think I like the no touchdown first quarter plus 240. Historically speaking, first quarters have been very low scoring in Super Bowls. It's a feeling out process.
Okay.
240? I know these offenses are good and all, but we talked about the pass rush for these teams. Both quarterbacks might be a little bit banged up. You tempted at all at no touchdown at plus 240 in the first quarter? Because that seems pretty generous.
I'm not.
Not at all? What about scoreless quarter at 350?
Because I think that this is going to be an opportunity where so how I think the game score, I think it's a quick score in the first quarter, and then it's pretty dead silent for the rest of the game. Like I think that it's going to be that quick score. People that have the over are going to be feeling confident. People that have the under are going to get back in on the under, and so I just feel like both of these teams start off rather quickly. They're going to try to go out here and make a statement, and I think that a really quick score in the game can happen, and then it's going to be something. So that's actually what I would play. Will there be a score
in the first like 6.5 minutes?
Yeah, something like that, like a prop like that. I would actually take that and say yes, there will.
Okay, so what about scoreless quarter at 350?
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, so that one's I'm just going to mention as one prop that could be interesting. One prop I do like based on the coaches involved, especially Sirianni. Will there be a successful 2-point conversion? Yes is plus 250. We know that the Eagles are not afraid of going for it every time that they're on the 1-yard line. You can get some type of touchdown with an unnecessary roughness penalty, get it at the 1-yard line on the try, QB sneak up the middle. I think 250 is a good deal.
Or if we talk about my DFS lineup and we're talking about this, one team is down a lot. They're going to go for 2.
You're down 16. You're trying to make it down 24. You try to make it a 2-score game again. The point is, I just think with the Eagles being so aggressive and constantly being willing to push the envelope on 2-point conversions, plus 250. And now it does have to be successful. So if they fail, that sucks. But I think he'll probably get at least one 2-point conversion attempt in this game. I think 250 is a good deal.
Yeah, I think that's solid.
But those are my two ones that kind of jumped off the page to me at plus money.
Jersey number for the first touchdown score, over under 11.5.
I'm going to go with the over in this one.
So who has a jersey number? You have Jalen Hurts is under. Juju is under.
Pacheco's under. Devontae.
Yeah, Devontae. But then AJ Brown is under. He's at 11.
Yeah.
But if you think about everybody else that's over, Pat Mahomes, Miles Sanders. Oh, McKinnon is under. Ooh, McKinnon is under. But then you got Travis Kelce. Basically every single tight end for both sides.
Get the Philly running backs.
Yeah, all the Phillies. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's too much value on the over.
I like the over in general. Even some fluky stuff, a defensive score, whatever. I mean, you get a decent amount of high numbers out there.
Let's see here. All right. This is a fun one. And it's really by how many times will the Kelce brothers facing off against each other be mentioned during the broadcast? Over 1.5 is minus 320. Under 1.5 is plus 230. Do we get away with them only? They're going to say it once.
They're going to say it at least once. I was going to say.
They're going to say it once. Do they mention it again?
They're not on the field at the same time, but that's during the game, or can you say it when the clock reaches 0 and they're doing the post-game celebration?
So it says excludes halftime and commercials, live broadcast only according to Super Bowl transcript, kickoff to final whistle.
It's going to be said at least once. It's just a question.
It's going to be once, but it's why do you have to say it again? But of course they're going to.
They take a jab at his brother. I don't know. Everyone's happy about this one except Jason.
I think it is going to be 2. I think it's 1 in the beginning of the game, and then when one side is about to win, they're going to show the mom again and mention it again.
Some of it's going to be based, though, on interpretation, because if they make a jab saying, I'm sure Jason's not happy about that catch by Travis, does that count?
No. I don't think that counts. Like
The
you
point is
have
you
to
don't
be
know. There's a lot of
mentioned them
subjectivity to
facing
it.
off against each
Okay.
other. Yeah.
Then I'll lean to the under and hope that you might have some technical win if they allude to it but don't actually say it.
Man, I'm gonna have to have TV turned up.
These
Okay.
props are miserable to grade. You're going to be miserable just making sure they don't screw you if you actually win the bet.
Anything else do you like?
Not really. I'm sure if we dig deep enough and we search through enough books, we can probably find something else. But to be honest, there's so much.
It really is. I see Travis Kelce at 12-1 for the Super Bowl still. All right, I think that's what we'll give out. We'll give out one for our favorite. That's how we'll end the show. We'll give out one.
Actually, you know what? I got another one. First
Okay.
enforced penalty. Holding is plus 145.
No, I would think it would be like a false start.
False start's plus 150. The reason why I want holding is because you can get both offensive and defensive holding.
You can.
So I think mathematically speaking, holding should be lower than just 5 ahead of. The point is, I think that based on where false start is at plus 150, holding should really be like plus 120 because you can get a holding on the kickoff, you can get a holding on the defense. It all counts. So I think holding should be a lot lower than.
These are some veteran offensive lines, though.
But I'm saying 145, though. I just think that with it potentially being on special teams or defense or offense, you basically multiply your odds of winning compared to false start, and it's only 5 cents cheaper. I think holding should be closer to like plus 120. Just based on probability. I think holding should be even lower than plus 145. What do you think? Because you get special team stuff too.
Yeah. I think the field is plus 475.
I see 6-1 on the field.
6-1. Okay. All right. Well, that makes
that includes like
better.
block in the back. That includes
that's where I'm going with it. I'm thinking of a block in the back on the kickoff.
But I think that's it though, because personal fouls are a separate category. So roughing the passer counts a personal foul, doesn't it? It does. It's personal foul, roughing the passer. I'm trying to think of what you'd even get. Illegal hands to the face, that's a personal foul, right? Or that's not, no. Illegal hands to the face, I don't think I don't think that counts as a personal foul. Face mask is, roughing the passer is, unsportsmanlike conduct is. I don't know how many penalties you have left for the field. But you got block in the back, illegal hands to the face, kickoff out of bounds. Is that it? 12 men on the field, I guess?
Yeah.
I don't know how many.
I don't know. That block in the back. It's really the block. I mean, honestly, it says field, but I really look at that as block in the back. I'm just thinking like, man.
You have a legal man downfield.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think in my head all the penalties.
Or a legal shift. You know, both of these teams do a lot of motion. And so you're probably motioning and somebody moves just a little bit too early. Now it's 2 people moving at the same time. I'm playing the field, man. The field at 6-1 feels pretty like it's just little things that I can see. And I'm like, I don't want to put it because these are some veteran offensive lines. Like they may be able to hold it up for at least one penalty before they go off. I'm going the field at 6-1.
I'm just going holding for the probability. I think 145 is actually kind of generous.
All right. Before we wrap up the show, got to talk to you about our big game bingo contest. Make sure you sign up in the SGPN app and get your big game bingo card. Look, all your favorite prop bets. And if you win, you'll get a $57 SGPN gift card. Only thing is you have to be subscribed to the Sports Gambling Podcast on YouTube and the NFL Gambling Podcast on YouTube. So make sure you do that. And we also have the SGPN 57 Bets Challenge in honor of the big game. SGPN is hosting a prop bet contest. Make your picks for 57 different prop bets. Winner will get $570 cash and $570 gift card to the SGPN store. All of our contests are free to play exclusively in the SGPN app. All right, best bets for these exotic prop bets, and I'm going to the first thing mentioned in the Super Bowl MVP speech. God or Jesus at plus money just feels really good. Like it just feels really good. I know you can sit here and talk about teammates and all that, and I understand why teammates is laying money, but just saying first thing first, I want to thank God. Like that's so quick. Like it's so easy.
You know that's the exact phrase they're going to use.
Yeah. So I'm going God of Jesus plus 135.
Okay, I see 150.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Wait. So how do you want to do this? You want to just do one best bet?
Yeah. I was just give one. Just give one you like.
Okay. I got to remember all the stuff we even talked about. That's the difficult part here.
Hey, we didn't talk about a non-QB throwing a touchdown.
No, the value is completely shot on that. That should be like 50 to 1. Instead, it's like 12 because of the Philly special. There's no value on that prop anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll ask you this, though. We didn't talk about it. There's to make an appearance on stage with Rihanna at halftime.
No,
Eminem is plus 150.
Don't know.
You do not think they're going to play
that
song?
No, they don't even fuck with each other.
I'm just saying they do have a song, and Eminem did the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they don't fuck with each other. Why would she bring them out for the Super Bowl? She don't even fuck with them like that.
Because they have a song.
No, I was asking. No, it's not. I would. That is a sucker bet. I wouldn't do it. It's Rihanna's first performance in a long time. She's probably doing this one solo all the way.
Okay. I think my for the best bet. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to the. I'm gonna go 2-point conversion. Actually, let's be a little bit different. Give me 2-point conversion. Will there be a successful one? I'll take it a plus 250. I've seen these teams be aggressive. Besides scoreboard pressure, you might have to be able to go for 2 to make it a 1-score game. Maybe a team's down 10. You want to go for 2 to make it 8. But we know Philly's not afraid of going for 2 all the time on the 1-yard line if they get the opportunity. So give me 2-point conversion at plus 250. I just like the odds for how aggressive these teams can be on the point after attempt.
All right, Scott. Anything else for the Super Bowl? If you want to
actually, yes, I see onside kick attempt. Yes is plus 300.
Okay.
Interesting.
I mean, if the game's close in the game, then yeah, it's there. Your opportunity is there. All right. Let's see here. Oh, no. Anything else? Anything else for the people?
No. I got nothing more to add. A lot of fun going through all the games with you, of course, throughout the entire season. A lot of fun interacting with the audience, or even just, being able to read some reviews on the NFL podcast. Nothing else more to add. I'm sure we'll be back during the off season for the NFL. Besides that, of course, we still got the NBA several times a week together. We still have the WNBA, which is starting up in a couple months. We just did a podcast there. A lot of fun times in New York for the WNBA. But still, find me on Twitter at Reichel Radio.
All right. I'm on Twitter at realreal__. Make sure you follow the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Make sure you follow Sports Gambling Podcast. Make sure you follow NFL Gambling Podcast. All of that. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Do all of that. You know where to find us. Leave a review on Spotify. Please leave us a review. We love reading those. We love getting those. And it helps keep the lights on. So help us help you and continue to do this by just dropping us a review and a like on YouTube and all of that. So, I mean, that's really it, man. It's Super Bowl 57. Let's go Chiefs. Fuck the Eagles. Hope they lose. Other than that, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of really ending the podcast. But we're going to end it like this. We are out of here.